Okay, so the SQL question is the new one that we have during refresh. I think 82.9. So the acceptance rate is not that bad, and it's a medium question. And yeah, there is a very bad acceptance rate on this one. I don't know what happened. It keeps getting lower and lower. And I guess I made some mistake on that one too. So since today's question, the new one doesn't look too bad, so I think we should be able to do it in one shot, I think. So yeah, let's try to look at that. Okay, so it's 1867 orders with maximum quantity above average. Ooh, okay. So we have only one table, which is order detail. And then you can see in the example, we have only order details. And then I will skip reading this, skip reading this. So always I will just look at the example table and then look at the goal first. So write an SQL query to find the order ID for all imbalance order. So I guess they also define what is imbalance order, right? So now it's time for us to read the entire question thoroughly. So you are running an e-commerce site that is looking for imbalance order, and then this is the definition. An imbalance order is one whose maximum quantity is strictly greater than the average quantity of every order, include itself. The average quantity is of an order is calculated as total quantity of all product in the order divided by number of different product in the order. The maximum quantity of an order is the highest quantity of any single product. Oh my god, this is so hard to read. Okay, I mean my English is not that good. If a sentence is that long, it's hard for me to remember what it's saying. So okay, so the thing is we can return the table in any order, so we don't need to order anything. And yeah, I think there should be an example. Okay, yeah. So number of different product, maybe we need a distinct, right? And then total quantity of all product in the order. So we probably need to sum something group by order, right? So we probably will get this first and then use a subquery to get this too, and then just divide it. Or if we are really good at the window function, we probably can do it in one shot. But I'm not that good because I think if these two are grouping by different things, then I might mess it up. So let's try to see the example first. So here we have one table and we have order ID, we have product ID, we have quantity. So notice that these three belongs to the same order and there are three different product ID and there are quantity. So I'm thinking there's no primary key, there's no foreign key because we only have one table. And then per order ID, we only have one product ID once. I don't think this is designed to have, because we have quantity, right? But we can guarantee. So it doesn't specify. So let me see if okay, so this combination is the primary key for this table. A single order is represented as multiple rows, one row for each product. So it's guaranteed that in one order, in the same order, the average of oh my god, you already calculated, or you see the example, or you already done, you already finished this question. The average for all price of that example is 9, and the 1 and 3 are the only product. What do you mean? What do you mean by 1 and 3 are the only product? Whose max price? Oh yeah, because we already see the result in here, right? So okay, So we group by order in product IDs. We definitely need to group by order, right? But we don't need to, we need to count the product. We don't group by the product, right? That's what I think. Oh no. Because, well, for this one, we need to count the product, distinct product by the order ID. And quantity, we need to, yeah, you are right. Quantity, we need to just sum by order ID and product ID. Yeah, you are right. For all products. Okay. The maximum quantity. So what is an imbalance? Imbalance is one whose maximum quantity is strictly greater than the average quantity. So the maximum quantity is 15. Okay, so let's see the example. So the order ID have this. This is the average quantity, right? So it's 12, 10, 15, and then the average is this because we have three different products. And two, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4. And then 3, we have 3. Okay, so for now, this is understandable. And maximum quantity for each order is, okay, and never mind. Yes, you group by order ID. Okay. Well, I haven't started doing it yet. I'm still trying to understand the question. So yeah, order ID first, the maximum between 12, 10, 15 is 15. So 15 is larger than this, and it's strictly larger than this. So we have order ID 1 in the result, right? And 2, the maximum is 8, which is smaller than, hold on. A is larger, right? 2, right? Hold on. Am I missing something? Are imbalanced because they have a maximum quantity that exceed the average. Oh, average for every order. Now I understand. Okay. So the average for every order. So you just need the maximum, right? I mean, so anything larger than 14.33333 will be returned in this table. So it's 1 and 3. Okay, now I finally understand the question. I guess the description is so long and I fail to understand the description here. I don't understand the question until I read the example. Okay, it's okay. It's greater than average quantity of every order. Okay, so I guess we have to calc everything first and then find the max, right? Is that what we are trying to do? And then once we have the max, then we we just do a window function to get the max. And then if max is larger than this, then we return. Okay, I know this is probably a little bit stupid, but I'm going to do a subquery. So select. So I want this first. And this we can get it by every quantity. So is sum of the quantity divided by, oh, by the way, let me update the stream. I always forgot to update this. String title. Okay, we are doing SQL. Okay, so I guess I need this, and then what is, yeah, they did really make it confusing in language, I guess. Yeah. So I just don't know that unless when you are in the interview, unless somebody like the interviewer copy and paste this entire thing into a like whiteboard or a text editor so that I can read. and then also give me copy and paste this entire thing into a text editor so that I can read. Otherwise, just by talking with each other, I probably won't understand what's the meaning of the question though. Yeah. So then I will have problem communicating, then I won't be hired, I think. Okay, I'm thinking too much. So we have some of this, and then we need what? Count of product ID, right? I think. Count unity of this. Right, so this is the average, and then from this is the only table that we have, right? And then we need to group by order ID, right? So this is the AVG, right? Okay, am I doing this wrong? Let me try to run it. Yeah, so it's 12, 3, 5.5, 14, 5, and 9. Okay, so now the thing is we only need the max. So I will just do a max. Right, so if we are doing this embedded group function, so I can't do a max because I'm having a group function, right? Is that the reason why? Yes. So do I need to like, yeah, I cannot do, but fortunately, I'm doing my SQL, so I probably can just like do a stupid like O R D E R by, we only have one, right? DESC and limit 1. For this, I will still get one result, right? Yeah. So that's my SQL though. I guess in Oracle or MS SQL, then yeah. And then now I have this. So, and then I need to have the max of everything, right? But remember that max of the quantity is also grouped by ID. Yeah. So can I do a, so I did an aggregate function. Can I do a window function in here to like order by row number? Yeah, but what I'm trying to do is I trying to condense everything without a subquery. Is that too much? I mean, if I do a row number, oh yeah, but if I do a row number and I need this to be a subquery so that in the outer query I can say row number equals to 1. So it's the same. So I will probably not be able to do this without a subquery. Or anyway, later I will see the discussion to see if anybody can do this without subquery. But I guess I can't. So I will make this a subquery. Oh, what I'm doing. Oh, what I'm doing. So what else do we need? We need the max. So the other query that we have is just select like the max of quantity, right? And then can max be a window function? I think max could. over like partition by order, right? S max, how to spell max by order. Let me test this first, okay? Let me comment out this. Okay, sorry, I forgot to read the select order ID where quantity larger than sum. But you need a max quantity. You are not doing each quantity, right? And when you are doing max quantity, you need to again group by ID. And then your sum quantity and count PID. What is your sum quantity divided by count product ID? Because they want the max. They want this one. Yeah, but let me copy your. You miss a close bracket on the sum. Yeah, I understand, but why you are doing sum? Because they need the max quantity exceed average quantity of every order. So average quantity larger than average quantity of every order means that you need to be larger than the max average quantity. Sum as what you had before. I had a sum. Oh, you mean this? Oh, you are putting that in there. Oh, okay, yeah. But what I mean is that I need to still do a max on this. Yeah, so it won't work because still, if you would trying to put everything into one query without a subquery, the group by order ID will still mess up your max average quantity because you want the max of every order, not group by order ID. So that's why you cannot put everything into one without a subquery, right? Point is there is no max in my query. I haven't do it yet. I comment out this. I'm just trying to do this now. Okay, so I'm just trying to. I guess I talk too much. I have to write some SQL first before I start talking. So what I'm trying to do is this, right? So and this part is trying to do this. So let me run it to check our result. So it should be 15. Yeah. Oh no, yeah, it's probably worth doing a Windows function because you got result for every row. So it's probably still better that you do a group by. So let me just copy the group by ID. So yeah, I don't know why I'm doing the window function. But if you are doing this, you will get this. You will get this. And then this is what we have in here. And then you just want to compare this with the max, right? So you have a subquery in here. Yeah, but why not add where max quantity in front of line 10? Yeah, but I already tried, right? Let me comment now this. And let me uncomment this. I just tried. The thing is, if you're doing max, it won't work. Right? Is that what you are trying to ask? Why we are not doing max in here? If that's what you're asking, the reason is because Oh, add where max quantity. Add where. Oh, you mean add in where? And then select order ID. Are you saying that you are already doing the two combined together? Or because we need two max, right? We need a max over all the order. But can you select two things at one at a time, like select max quantity, max sum quantity? No, I don't think so. In one, I was trying to do that in one, but the thing is in the language. Like I said, the language is hard to understand. If you need to exceed average quantity of every order, which means you have to be larger than the max of all, right? It's max of all, not by order ID. So it's this. So only 1 and 3, only 1 is 15 is larger than 14, and 3 is 20 is larger than this, right? Yeah. So when you are trying to do the max of all, and then you try to combine everything into one query without a subquery, then you have to have the group by. So your two max is max on two different things. The first max is max over the entire table without a group by. The second max is max over each order with a group by. So that's why you cannot put the two max into one without a subquery. Yeah. So that's why after thinking about it, I have to do this. Okay, but you're right. I probably don't need to order and limit one, because what I can do is, because now that I am forced to use a subquery, right? So now I can probably comment out this and let you know what I'm trying to do. So now I have this, and this is a reflection of here, right? So what I can do is I'm trying to compare this and with this, right? So I will just select, I will just copy this in here. It's a little bit ugly, but I don't want to use the with clause, because this subquery, we only run it once. We don't need to actually put it in the with clause, right? So I can put it just here. I can type, sorry. And then with MySQL, I guess you need to give it an alias. I will just randomly give it an alias. So since you have another temporary view in here, we can just do, oh no. Hold on, because I still have a group by in here. And I can do, okay, I was trying to do this. I was trying to do what a max, right? But now that I think about it, I don't want to do that. Okay, now I'm really curious about how other people do this, because what I would try to do, I will probably still try to do this. But that's ugly. That's a little bit ugly though. Let me tell you what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is to copy this entire thing. So this is 1, right? And then because this will only return one number. So I want to try to see if I can put that in here. Should I? Hold on. No, wait, we are going to do the larger one, right? Larger than this. Should I? Okay. And then we probably need to see the ID, and then later I can move this entire thing to the heading because we only need the ID. Okay. Let's try it. Larger than this as test. And our max is grouped by our this is grouped by. Okay, let's run it. No, I can't. Oh, oh, order ID. Sorry. Invalid use of group function. Okay, so I probably can. Oh, this is your final answer? Oh, yeah. Oh. Okay. Is all really a keyword? Because I never heard of that. So they said that I have illegal. Yeah, I probably cannot do this. Different SQL. Okay. So I probably should not get too lazy of doing this, you know. So yeah, how can I? Because this is one value, right? So now again, let me try to do something different. So I still have this in here, so I can remove this one. You have the max average. What is max? Yeah, I still have that in there. So this is this, right? So we now have this. But what I'm going to return is, so what I can do is to join this table with this table. I mean, join this table with this table so that with no other thing, so that each row will be attached of one more column, which is 143333. So let me show you what I'm thinking. Okay, so I would probably do something like let me comment out this first. So what I'm trying to do is I want to do this. So this is, if I do this, this is the original table, right? And if I do this, this is the original table. And then if I join this in here, without any condition, okay, so now this is what I'm trying to do. Every derived table must have its own alias. Oh my God, I know. Invalid use of group function. So I can't put a group in here. What did I do wrong? Oh, I keep forgetting. I was trying to show I cannot put the max. Yeah. Okay, now I'm wondering. Previously, I tried that and it did not work. Is that because I add that in there? So let me add it back. So I have order ID and I have max quantity. And then, right? And then I have this. Okay. Okay. What I'm doing. So from this, and I want to do a having. This is max Q. So can I do this? I will just try, okay? I want to try if I can do this. I know this is a little bit ugly, but I really want to try if I can do this. You have an error in my code. Quantity, oh. The invalid use of group. Okay, I still can. I have a group in here. Yeah, so, oh, I still have max in here. Again, oh my God. I keep forgetting to remove it. Yeah, looks like we could, right? And then that will be our answer. I still have one subquery, but oh no. Max Q. Ah, sorry, hold on. Yeah, I know it's ugly, but it's shorter if I put subquery in here. Like, okay, now before we submit, do we need a distinct? I don't think we need a distinct because we have a group in here, right? We group by the order ID. Actually, because it's MySQL, I can be even lazier to do a group by one. Because group ID, order ID is the only thing that we have in the select, and we group by that. So we don't even need a distinct. It will return the distinct order because we use a group by. And then we have max group by this, and then this return only one value. And we can do this only because we are using MySQL. So let's try if we want to submit it. I think we should be good. I don't think of any other things that we need to test. Okay, anyway, let's try it. Dun dun. Yeah, it works. But it's only faster than 44. But yeah, I don't care if it works. I don't think, I actually don't think the LeetCode SQL engine is, I don't know. Yeah, so now let's try to see other people's solution. So CTE, subarray, yeah, it's pretty short too. Yeah, and they are doing the same thing. Larger than max quantity. Max quantity larger than max quantity. Oh, so I guess we are, or I am making things complicated. I forgot there's an AVG function that we can use. That's why I type so many things. Oh gosh. Yeah, we should use AVG. Why I'm calculating myself? Let's compare. If you change my question to AVG, we don't need to do this. This is AVG, right? Oh my God. I'm stupid. Oh my God. Does you get subquery each row? Does yours get subquery each row? I think it won't be each row because again, SQL is not a, how to say that, descriptive or something. I forgot how to say that in English, but whatever you're writing here, SQL engine will not just like grab whatever you write and then execute it, right? It will be optimized. Like if the SQL engine find out that this result is the same every row, yeah, it will only run this once and apply the entire thing to every row. So it won't run this subquery in every row. It will run this once. If we find out that every time you run this will result in the same value, it will only run this once and just apply the result, put the result in the cache, and then apply the result in every row. So it won't actually run the subquery in every row. Yeah. But lesson learned. Every average. Well, because the reason that I did that is because this is a little bit, you need to have a clear mind to know that AVG paired with group by is the same as sum and count, right? Yeah, if your mind is clear enough, you know that what you are trying to do is just AVG of this and group by order ID. So this is the thing that I guess if I miss this time, I have to remember to use average, because average did make the entire SQL way shorter and way easier to read, I think. And the meaning is clear. Like once you read this, you know it's average, right? But if you read my code, I have an alias so that you know it's a AVG, but it's not so clear. So this is something that, although it's a medium question, but I still learn something, right? So this is something that we learn from this, or I learned from this, is AVG paired with group by is very convenient for us to use. Yeah, so that's why he can directly use this value in here and then use this value in here. Yeah, pretty good. Yours use a subquery, then he created a temporary view using average and max. Yeah, but like I said, the reason why I don't create this is because usually when I am doing with, it's because I want to use the same query like a lot of times, or I want to do another subquery based on the result of this query, like with TB1 as something, and then TB2 as something from TB1, and TB3 as something from TB2. That's when I'm going to use this. Otherwise, if my result in this subquery, I only use it once, then I will, that's just personal preference. I will just use a subquery because, yeah, it will just run once. Why do I need to like do it once again? And actually in here, there are two subquery, right? Yeah. So, and by doing this, you end up still need another subquery. Yeah. But I admire this. Yeah, I admire whoever remember to use AVG. Yeah. Okay, so I guess that's why this is the top vote, although everybody have one vote and he has two. And then, yeah, it's pretty much the same. And yeah, you see, if you don't do the average, you will end up with a really long SQL. And it is average. So yeah. And that's why he only got one vote and the other one got two votes. Okay, I guess that's it. I guess everybody's are similar, right? He said that this is Windows function, and yep, Windows function, and the average quantity max over this. Oh, okay. I somehow want to upvote this one. You know why? Because remember when I explained why we cannot use two max in one SQL, because the other group by will mess up with one of the max, right? And from here, you can see how he resolved that issue. One of the max is actually aggregate function. And then the other max, he used it as a window function without a partition. So that's really smart. Like by doing this, by transferring it to a window function, you actually resolve the issue that we had previously, that group by is messing up with our two different max, right? So yeah, another lesson learned. Yeah, I think this is very smart. You just add a over with an empty parenthesis without a partition, and you resolve the issue of group by. Yeah, I think this is pretty smart. Okay, I learned another thing. And then the rest should be the same. Yeah, this is what we do. We put this entire subquery in the heading. And see, it's doing the same thing. It's actually AVG. Yeah. So now I'm not the only one who have this kind of problem. A lot of people have this problem. So okay. This motivates me to revise SQL. Are you working professionally? No, I'm working professionally. Well, I used to work as a analyst, so I sometimes use SQL. Well, not sometimes. I use SQL a lot. Yeah, but that's why now it's hard for me to like become a software engineer, because I have been in an analyst role for too long without learning any statistical model, without learning any product sense, and all I can do is SQL. And then so nobody is accepting my resume when I apply as a SDE. So yeah, I'm struggling. Yeah. So, and the reason why I'm doing SQL LeetCode is because I don't know, I just sometimes I feel really frustrated doing the algorithm problem. Like yesterday, a median question actually took me a good 1 hour, well, more than 1 hour to resolve it. So when I am frustrated, I always come to SQL, because SQL is not too competitive. Like not a lot of people are comparing their code, although yeah, they are actually compared. They still put 100% factoring in their title, but it's less competitive on LeetCode, and fewer people seems to care about SQL on LeetCode. So when I'm doing the SQL on LeetCode, I'm not feeling that pressure. So it kind of for me to relax when I'm struggling with the algorithm problem in LeetCode. Yeah, but I still learn a lot from reading other people's solution though. So yeah, so I think I try to not do the SQL question as soon as they come out, because by doing other people's post in the discussion, I actually learn a lot. Yeah. And now my problem is that if I only practice SQL once a week, I will forget those SQL pretty quick. I will get rusty pretty quick. And then I will have problem deciding whether I want to apply for SDE or analyst, DA or BA, because I cannot do either. Yeah. So CTE and cross join. I'm graduating next year. I have a research background working AI. Oh, that's good for you. So the recently start getting back in. Oh, Geek for Geek. I didn't do Geek for Geek. I mainly focus on LeetCode because I think if you want to interview, I think still LeetCode is most likely, yeah, the best website for you to practice. So I didn't really focus on other website other than LeetCode. Even SQL, I'm doing SQL on LeetCode. So yeah, but next year will be much better than the because the pandemic should be over by then, right? So yeah, don't worry about graduating next year. I think if you are doing AI and computer vision, I think yeah, a lot of people will accept your resume. So cool. And that's probably why you are practicing SQL too, right? I guess. Yeah, to expand the range of the job that you can apply for. So good for you. Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's most of them. But like I said, I don't think there's a need for doing CTE in this question. A subquery should be enough. Indian company tend to focus on give. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah. So because I think a lot of people writing the solution or article on Geek for Geek are Indians. Yeah. So when I read I use Geek for Geek when I'm reading a solution on LeetCode, and I couldn't find a better like explanation, so I will try to reach out to other website, and then I will go to Geek for Geek because I think there are some of the Geek for Geek article explaining the binary index tree or segment tree. I forgot which one. Segment tree, I think. They explain that notion like really clear. So I remember I went to Geek for Geek for reading those articles. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it for today's LeetCode Daily and the LeetCode sequel. So, and it's close to midnight, so midnight here in the US. So everybody, I'm going to say goodbye to you and hope you have a good night. I will see you tomorrow for another LeetCode Daily question. Thank you. Bye bye.